Rain, lightning, thunderstorms caused petrol scarcity, NNPC. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited has blamed the fuel scarcity that has led to long queues in filling stations nationwide due to recent rains, lightning, and thunderstorms. NNPCL's Vice President Downstream Dapo Shegun disclosed this at a press conference at the NNPC Towers in Abuja. Fuel queues have resurfaced in filling stations across the country, with car owners spending long hours in queues and black markets having a field day, with fuel now being sold for as much as over 1,000 naira. And while he was apologizing to Nigerians, Mr. Shegun had said on Tuesday that weather conditions hampering the sufficient distribution of fuel across the country is beyond the control of the corporation, but assured that all will be done to manage the situation. So Nigerians are wondering now that rain, lightning, thunderstorm is causing fuel scarcity in Nigeria. Are you sure someday the reason why there will be fuel scarcity in Nigeria is because people can no longer afford to buy their jerry cans, or the reason why there will be fuel scarcity in Nigeria again is one day they would wake up and tell us that monkey swallowed the trailer that is supposed to supply the whatever, because we are wondering. But I want to hear your thoughts on this development. Nigerians has been asking, why exactly is there fuel scarcity? The first time they said the marketers, the second time they said the importers, the third time they said so many things, and now we are where we are, lightning, thunderstorm. So what can you make out of the story? Do you as well think lightning and thunderstorm, or what exactly can you tell us as to the reason why we are where we are today in fuel production in Nigeria?
You see, I want to liken the the statement of Dapo Shegun to the interview that was granted to the governorship aspirant of APC in Edo State. You see that he was just saying things that are not related to the questions he was asked. You see, is a blaming administration. Now, I think they no longer see human beings to blame.
Yeah.
They've now decided to blame thunder, lightning, and storm, whatever they call it. Now, the question we should be looking at, or they should answer, I think this question is, I want to channel this question to them. Over the years, in previous administrations where we've had fuels, these things available to Nigerians, were there no thunder? Were there no lightning?
Yeah.
Were there no storms? And everything they've mentioned. These people, this man particularly, should be ashamed to have come out to utter these, jargons. You see, what I've seen is that most of the people that have been appointed into various ministries under this administration are not being appointed based on, qualifications, based on capacities. This man have lacked capacity, and that is why he's coming out to tell us what is unheard of. Just imagine this is coming from an opposition party. How would this administration react to it? How can he come out to tell us that thunder? What is the connection? I don't know. What is the connection? Even these days, you don't lie to children, because children are now very smart. So I don't know what they think Nigerians. Do they think Nigerians are all stupid, that they can just cook up any stories and sell it out and everybody will buy it? How can this man come out to tell us? In fact, the qualification that grant him access to that position should be interrogated, should be investigated. I mean to say, it should be investigated. How he got into office should be investigated, because somebody in his right senses would not say things that this man have said. How can you blame scarcity of fuel on thunder and lightning? It is a funny one.
It is so amazing that we put blame on people. And I'm just wondering why exactly these people are giving excuse. If you are giving excuse for something, that means there's something that you're covering up. Like, I hate excuses in my life. There's no excuse that is justifiable
Not at all.
for whatever it is that you are doing. The fact remains that this thing is on black and white. We can see it. But then it is just making me to have a lot of rethink as regards to what is the main cause of this. Because there was a report from August thereabouts that the Nigerian crude, I think we took that story, that was August 2023. There was a report that the Nigerian crude has been used to take loan upfront from one Afrexim bank, that they are using the whatever, they are using our crude oil to pay them back, to pay those people back. And outside of that, currently in Nigeria, all these international oil firms, they own a 40% stakeholding in Nigeria oil. And I'm wondering, how many are we producing? Okay, they've given us a figure. They said we are producing 1.3 barrels per day. So if they are owning 40% of 1.3 per day, it means that Nigeria is only having access to 800,000 barrel per day. 800 barrel per day, and half of it is already like almost half of that share is already going to international company. And do you know that some of this international company is owned by our own Mr. President? We know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu owns O, he owns O&O, he owns Ajip Oil, and you can't believe that NNPCL, despite we produce oil in Nigeria, NNPCL is still importing crude to Nigeria. In order for them to explain that, they told us that the reason for this is that they are trying to manage landing costs. The landing cost of fuel per liter to Nigeria is 1,200. They are slashing the price. Hence, why we are getting crude, we are getting fuel for 600 naira in Nigeria. And I'm wondering, if you are paying landing cost of 600 naira, definitely you are paying 100% payments to the international companies you are getting oil from. If you are paying 100% to them, and take note that all these international companies, they are affiliated to our Mr. President. So it means that Nigeria is still paying subsidy for this international company. This subsidy is still going to the pockets of Mr. President. So how do we address that? Then NNPCL came outside to debunk that claim, that landing costs, they are paying that in their money. And you can't believe that some days ago, about 3 days ago, Mr. President approved that they should use the dividends from 2023 to pay this landing costs. Now, the question that I've always asked and I've not seen answer to is that if this international company, who is paying the subsidy? NNPC came out to debunk the claim that they are not paying subsidy. But the Nigerian government has just proved it, that they are paying dividends for subsidy. So whether landing cost or subsidy, we don't know. So that means if Nigerians are to pay the exact amounts for fuel, we are going to be paying 1,200 naira per liter. Yet, Minister of Finance came to tell us that we are still paying, we paid 5.3 trillion naira on subsidy last year. So it is making me to wonder, where exactly are we going to in Nigeria? Because the only person that can actually give us explanation is the Minister of Petroleum. And I could remember we took this story yesterday, and we are still addressing that fact. Where is the Minister of Petroleum to come and address us? Because all these cock and bull stories as regards to thunderstorm, lightning, thunder, whatever it is that I am not going to buy into it. We have a bigger problem here, and we need to address it. So now, this bigger problem that we address, it will always go back to the reaction of Nigerians. What will Nigerians be doing at this time, now that we know that our oil firms is in a bigger mess? Because currently, there was a report from last month that the Nigerian government is eyeing another $2.2 billion dollar loan from a World Bank. And if they take that loan, definitely they are going to pay it back from our crude. That means after Tinubu leaves office, we are in serious problem in the health sector. Virtually all the sector that is supposed to be producing more for us to gain from as a country, this administration would have run it down. So now let's move the conversation to what Nigeria ought to be paying attention to. Should we pay attention to these their cock and bull stories, or what other measures do you think Nigerians should put in place to ensure that we save our country?
Well, I love that question. To ensure that we save our country. In order for us to save this country, we must kill this mindset of it's none of my business. We must kill this mindset of let them do it. You see, we don't keep doing a thing the same way and expect different results. The truth of the matter is, this country belongs to more people than those that think they own the country.
Yeah.
And until we come out, we've seen that these people are fearless. We've seen that they lack conscience, because a thief with conscience can steal but will not kill. All right, an armed robber with conscience can, he must steal money from people but will not have the mind. We have conscience, compassion on life, and will not kill. But we see that these people are so mean. They are not careful. I mean, they are not mindful of how their actions is draining the economy, draining the masses. If we keep quiet, so many things will further go wrong. And I want to say that what Nigerians should be doing now is to come out. You see, if who you employ refuse to come out and give you account, you call them for accountability. With people, the people should know that if these people are allowed to keep on, occupying this position, it is going to affect the future generation. We are already serving punishment currently. Nigerians are already serving punishment. Just imagine that our crude is now being managed as a private asset. It's now managed as if it's owned by an individual. Some people are coming out to they just sit in one place, cook up a story, come out to tell the people, not minding how the people will take it. They feel that whatever you like, go ahead and do. We're already in power. So Nigerians now should be devising means how to redeem this nation, because Nigeria is current as a country is no longer gradually, is speedily collapsing. Honestly, the economy in all sectors there is story in every sector. Education, in health, in all the sectors, we have stories. All this administration is busy doing is how to generate funds for themselves, not to rectify the problems or the issues we have in the country. So Nigerians should not keep quiet, because there is nothing that can be done. These people have no intention of serving us. These people have no intention of solving the problem Nigeria is currently facing. Nobody is talking about what to do for insecurity. Nobody is talking about what to do to ensure that food is in circulation. Rather, they are going about generating revenue. They are going about squeezing the people the more. How can somebody in his normal senses come out to say or to blame fuel scarcity on thunderstorm? How can somebody who have understanding now is it trying to tell us that for fuel scarcity not to exist, they need to thunderstorm? There will be no need for thunderstorm. And this is our nature.
My concern is even that if you are coming out with a problem, tell us the solution.
This thing cannot be the problem. These things they are highlighting are things that people of other foreign countries, developed countries, are taking advantage of these things. Developed countries are taking advantage of the sun.
Even before we even extend it to developed countries, let's take even Nigeria ourselves. How is Dangote managing to get crude in Nigeria?
Okay.
Via an underground tunnel. He does not have to go through the stress of having to take cargo and all of that. It is coming from an underground tunnel. He knows how to do that. So if one man can provide solution on how he's going to get his 650 barrel per day fuel via an underground tunnel, then what is the excuse of the Nigerian government? So I'm just seeing this thing like the whole issue with crude in Nigeria, the whole issue with scarcity, it is still in the pocket of some set of people, and they are just looking for means to, till dates. There is a report from Dan Bello that O&O is affiliated to Malta Refinery, a refinery that is not even half the size of they have the size of Lagos, and such a refinery is where Nigeria, Nnpc themselves, is getting their fuel importation from. So you can see that we have a bigger problem. And down below from that report, he said this Malta refinery is affiliated and managed by the sons of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As a leader, you should come outside to give explanation. Because what we see happening is that people are saying so many things against you. I'm just saying that this administration is just feeling like silence is the best answer. They are fools, so let's be silent at them. But there are a lot of evidence against you that this thing, you own this thing. Come outside and explain it. Come outside and talk about it. So many things that they have said. Come outside and explain yourself as a leader that is accountable to the people for the fact that you are even the petroleum minister. If other ministers are not functioning well, look at the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. She embezzled 500 billion naira. You could sack her because she has done something wrong. You are also a minister. You are not accountable to your office. You are accountable to the people who put you in that office. You have made yourself the Minister of Petroleum. Fine, understandable. But you still have to be accountable to the people that you are serving for the fact that this is a major source of revenue for the Nigerian people. You should come out to explain yourself, but you haven't come out to explain yourself. The person to even explain himself is on a work stay in France. What kind of work have you gone to do in France that you cannot come out, you cannot do that work remotely? These are things that you can actually do from the comfort of your home. A president will just leave office, and somebody somewhere said that as a president of Nigeria, you can actually govern. Was it not Daniel Buhala that said that you can govern the country from wherever that you are? There is no excuse justifiable enough for as regards to why our leaders will not give account to us. NNPC has been coming out to give flimsy excuse. It is high time the major leaders, the people at the forefront, come outside to explain to us why we are where we are today.
Something happened in Ebonyi State. Dave Omai, the former governor of Ebonyi State, owned a construction company. If you go there, currently there's a talk about Ebonyi State development and all that. Because Dave Omai, yes, he owned the construction company. He awarded contract to his company and he ensured that they carried it out. That is why if you go to Ebonyi State now, we can say in the southeast, Ebonyi State is one of the states with good roads. Like if you go to Ebonyi State now, there is so much. When you go to the capital of the state, you see so much development because he used the company owned by him, the construction company, and he ensured that they did so much. Now, it's not bad for Mr. President to have a refinery of his own, but if you let the people you are leading benefit from it, not drain the people through your company.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is what is happening.
Because when they are getting, definitely as NNPC and other marketers are getting fuel from outside, they are not paying in naira
at all.
They are paying in dollar.
And that is why dollar is
devaluating our currency.
That is the problem. Most of their money is not saved in naira. Their money is not coming in naira. So for their money to have value, then our naira need to depreciate for dollar to appreciate. So the thing is, if Nigerians keep quiet, nothing good will come out of this administration. I tell you, if a protest that was supposed to address so many things, till now, nothing has been said about the reason why Nigerians came out to agitate for end of bad governance. It means that they are not moved by what is affecting the people. Their concern is about enriching themselves. But I tell you, this will come to an end either today or tomorrow, but definitely what is bad will come to an end.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that is a good way to conclude. What is bad will come to an end. And I believe that Nigerians are being pushed to the wall because we are not fools. And thank God for information. Nigerians are becoming more conversant. I'm not sure Nigerians are more informed. Gone are the days like in the last 5 years, Nigerians were not interested. But there's a larger percentage of the Nigerian youth are super interested in information, unlike the last 5, 8, 10 years ago. So, and it is this information that will save Nigeria because we can actually see it is glaring. We can see what is happening. So, on this note, this is all that we'll be taking on the morning review today. But I would like to get your thoughts as well on the stories that we have taken so far. 40% increase, is it 40% increase in our passports from 35,000 naira to 50,000 naira, 70,000 naira to 100,000 naira? That is approximately 30% increase in passport. What are your take concerning all of the stories that we have taken here, regardless of the platform you're watching us? Please do well to share in your thoughts with us in the chat box or in the comment section. On Facebook, we are Prime Media TV. On Instagram and TikTok, we're Prime Media Studios. On the website where you're currently watching us, we are Engine Speak, and you can do well to follow us on YouTube at Engine Speak. I am Ayo. Until I come your way again tomorrow on the morning review, please do have a great day.